Hi, my friends. Today we're going to start with an awareness of our foundation and how our breath connects to our core stability and core strength. After that, we're going to move into a yoga practice where we're going to need our core for stability in a challenging balancing pose. And then we're going to do real core work out towards the second half of the session. So go get what you need and I'll meet you back. We'll start standing in a medium wide stance. All right, here we are. So we're standing in a stance that's not too wide, but also wider than your hips. And once you get there, put your awareness in your feet and really appreciate your strong foundation and how your feet are gripping the mat, if you will, and then move around a little bit. No matter what exercises we're going to do, we have to begin, if they're standing exercises, with our feet. The feet being flexible and exercised will support us from the ground up. So right now I'm just circling around, allowing the knees to go around and around in small circles as the feet lean in all directions, to the edge, to the toes, to the side, and back. And let's reverse that. Excellent. And then pause. And let's do just about 6 or 7 heel bounces in this position. So come up onto your toes and then down relatively hard on your heels with a bounce. So inhale up and down. Good. Keep coming up and coming down. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, 3 with a bounce. Last one. Okay. Now take your hands and create a diamond shape. Index fingers touch, thumbs touch, and come to your center, your core, if you will. In some traditions, you might hear the word the hara, your center, your power center. In yoga, it would be the 3rd chakra. So physically, you're at your center with your mind and your hands. And then from here, you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and feel your lower lungs or your belly expand. Inhale. And exhale through your nose. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. Now have a true awareness of that your breath is doing the work to expand your core from the inside out. So inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Release your hands. So a practice of awareness of breath will help to bring you to a place of a stable center. Very important. Okay, let's do our movement practice now. Take your feet a little wider than you had them before. Tailbone drops down and shoulders relax. Sweep your arms out to the sides, 5-pointed star. And then take your right foot pointed to the right, left heel will angle back, and then bend your right knee. So we're just going to take it progressively a little deeper and deeper. You can take a look at where your knee is going. It can go any direction that feels okay. There's no exact right place for everyone because our knees are all different. Find a place that feels stable. Warrior position. Hold, warrior 2. Breathe. Holding. Turn your palm up and now we'll both palms up. We're going to straighten the left leg as we lift the arms up to touch. Inhale, exhale, bend down. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Inhale, up, stretch, and down. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. And pause in your warrior. Take your right forearm, rest it on right thigh, roll top shoulder back and sink. And now this arm, which is your top arm, is going to make some beautiful circles for your shoulder. So circle around. 1, 2, and 3. If it feels okay, keep it up and hold. Side angle bend with arms straight up. Connect back to your breath. Think about how your core, your center, is supporting you in this holding, in this position. Let's change the arm position, reach the arm out over the ear, and feel a really good stretch. Sink deeper if possible. Smile. Inhale. Exhale, and slowly straighten. Come on up. Arms extend out. Pivot both feet forward. And release your arms. Now take your toes out on an angle, your feet out on an angle, the knees out on an angle. And then you're in a standing squat. Bend a little bit. Straighten and bend. Good. And then place your hands on your thighs. We're going to keep the head up, but sit deep. Tuck the tailbone under as you come up. So you're going to not tuck the chin. It's really going to be about the lower back here, and the middle back is doing the flexing and the rounding and the extending, and keeping your head nice and stable and lifted. Beautiful. Sink as deep as you like to go. Modify in any way that your body calls for in any of these positions. Good. Now let's pause in the goddess. Tailbone drops, shoulders drop. Feel your shoulders pull back. Bring your arms out into a cactus pose and hold goddess pose. Option for breath of fire here to stimulate that third chakra center. Inhale, go. You're exhaling through your nose, you're pulling your navel to your spine. 10 pumps, go. Mouth is closed. Now please take a deeper breath in, sink a little bit, feel the shoulder blades come back. Hold your breath, inhale, exhale. As you exhale, you can release that through your mouth, hands on your thighs, sink deep again, and roll up to standing. Beautiful. Now let's go warrior the other direction. You've got your left foot pointing to the left, right heel angles out, extend your arms out to the sides, parallel to the floor, and we'll find a moment to hold this strong pose. So your core, which are all these muscles that are stabilizing to your complete being, is energized energetically, not just physically, but energetically through your attitude. And if you do poses like warrior, where you can really tap into your inner strength. So we're going to hold this. Find your breath. Shoulders are relaxed, but arms are really nice and extended. Excellent. And now straighten the leg as the arms lift up and bend down. Inhale up, bend and straighten the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Take it up, take it down. Inhale it up, exhale down. Good. And last time, we'll find our side angle bend, forearm to the thigh, top shoulder rolling back. Excellent. And now extend top arm up towards the sky. Sink a little deeper if that works for you. Hold here. Find breath. Notice your breath. Notice your breath in your center. Take the top arm, if you like, and extend it over your ear and reach. And now really stretch through the side body. Really great for the side muscles of your center. Your breath is easy but deep. Easy but really awareness of breath. Good. Straighten, come up. Arms out. Pivot both feet forward. Then we'll heel toe in a little bit and step it in. Come back to Tadasana, for mountain pose. 2 feet can be now right underneath your hips, tailbone drops, shoulders relaxed. Good. And now take both arms up, inhale, exhale, side bend to one direction, and back up, inhale, exhale, side bend the other direction, inhale, and back up, step out wide again, step out wide once again. Take your right foot to the right, left foot angles. This time, pivot your whole torso towards the right and bend the knee. So now warrior one. Adjust your stance so it's really comfortable for you. So I'm stepping my foot out, out, out until I feel that my knee and my hip are in a good place, but I'm facing straight ahead towards the right. Shoulders drop. Bring both arms up. That's your warrior one. Find breath here. Take the arms behind you, and then like you're an arrow shooting out of your crown, arms back behind you. Inhale, and then exhale. Interlace your fingers, bring the shoulder blades together, and then come back up. Warrior one with a chest opener. Sink a little deeper if that works for you. Good, and then both arms up once again. We're gonna float down and find balance. So, knees bent, release your hands to either side of your front foot, pop your back foot forward, forward, forward. Now you might just stay right here and bend both knees and just kind of experiment and play with this position here. Or try standing on that front foot only, lifting the back leg up. And again, I'd like you to bend and straighten the leg and play with this any way that you like. Let's randomly move the top leg behind as we bend and forward. Okay, breathing. Finding your stable balancing place. Good, and then how about we just bring the back foot forward to meet the front foot, 2 feet together. You're in a deep forward bend, but please keep your knees bent. Good, and we'll come up into chair pose or Utkatasana. Inhale, strong hold. Good, and straighten your legs. Perfect. Step out wide. Arms out. Good. Release your arms up and come down to your center with your prayer hands and up again. Inhale up and down. Inhale up and hands pass in front of the chest. Inhale up and back to your goddess, this time with prayer hands. Let's do an isometric hold for our upper body and our chest, upper back, arms. Press, 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 press. While you're focusing on pressing your hands really hard, fingers are spread, now come back to focusing on your center, your breath in your belly. Deep breaths. Feel your strength, use your strength. Excellent, and release. So that might have been a lot on your wrist, so shake it out. And let's go on to the other side. Warrior one to your left. Take your left foot to the left, right foot angles, pivot your hips towards the left, and adjust the angle of your hip and your foot and your knee for you. Once you've got it, good. Good, now bring both arms up, warrior one. Now we take the arms behind us as we lean forward. Be that arrow, that strong arrow. Think about the energy from your tailbone through your spine, neck, out your crown as you stretch your arms behind you. Find breath here. Interlace the fingers at your lower back, shoulder blades together, come back up. Warrior one, chest opener here. Good job. Really squeeze and pull. And now both arms lift up. Warrior one. Breathe and hold. Float down. Hands will frame your front foot. You can bend deeply to get there. And once you're there, You're going to place your weight on the standing leg. You can make a tripod with hands and foot. And then play. This is a playful time. So you've got your security of 2 hands and 1 foot, or you can even keep the back foot just nearby if that feels safer. Or see how it would feel to stand up on the standing foot only, and then bend the lifted leg and come behind and forward and kind of move around in random ways. Ask your brain and your body to adjust. Good. To come out of this, keep that knee bent. Back foot is going to very nicely step down. 2 feet are coming together. Keep your knees bent and lift up into your chair pose or Utkatasana and hold here. Slowly rise and step out. Beautiful. Bring 2 feet together. Pause in Tadasana Mountain Pose. We're going to take that to a more challenging position now called Ardha Chandrasana, or balancing half moon. And you might want a prop for this, a block or a book. So I'm going to go get my book somewhere in this house. I have a Harry Potter book I'm going to use as my block today. So if you don't have one nearby, pause the video and go find a block. All right, we're going to practice my favorite balancing posture that, believe it or not, requires core strength. You may think that balancing postures require good balance. Well, good balance is dependent upon your ability to stabilize your core muscles so that all your limbs are going to be able to be in control as you stand on 1 foot. But we're going to do it 2 ways. We're going to do it at the wall for support, and we can really focus on the hip opening. And then we'll do it away from the wall if you choose to give that a try. Blocks are recommended, not essential, but recommended. I have my Harry Potter books as my blocks, and I've placed them over to the left about a good foot away from the edge of my toes. I'm leaning, I have a wall here, as you can see. I'm very close to my wall, as close as I feel comfortable and can stand straight in a triangle position with my feet. Good. Now, make sure your foot is straight and very parallel to the wall. Bend your knee, the front knee, in this case, left. And now the key is to let go, but you want to engage your abs, your core, in order to do that, and use your breath. So take a breath, lean, and then lift up, and then lift the back leg up. And let go. Let your fingertips come down to your block or the floor and lean against the wall. And you can bend and straighten the standing leg as you like and hold. You can look either straight forward or up and find breath at your center. Beautiful. Now bend the standing knee to release. Carefully lift up. The wall's still there to keep you supported, and step back. Perfect. Great. Now you'll need to move your blocks to do the other side. So carefully bend your knees and find your other direction. Put your blocks down as you like. You're about 4 inches away from the wall, give or take. Arms extend. You can lean back at the wall. And now, here we go. Bend the front knee. Tune into your core. Find your breath. And now, lift off. Weight on the standing leg. Make sure your blocks are enough forward so that your arm is going to go right underneath. Your hand goes underneath your shoulder. And then lift the back leg up. And lean into the wall. Feel that hip opener. Breath. Perfect. Now soften the standing leg and stay leaning into the wall as you straighten up pivot your feet forward, and step out. Nice job, everyone. Okay, now that you've done it against the wall, you can do it again against the wall, or join me to do it not at the wall. I'm going to move my blocks back over to my left. Really, it's my right, your left. And know that this is a challenging balancing pose. You can do it again at the wall, or you can take it in stages and just see where it goes for you. The key here is we're focusing on how our core, our center, needs to be strong and stable in order to hold this balancing posture. Okay, so your left foot is about a foot away, or a little more maybe, from your blocks. And you're going to find triangle position to start. Stance. Good. Bend your knee to warrior. Bring your forearm to your thigh. Roll your top shoulder back. So we have been here today already in this side angle position. It'll take you into the balance now option. So look down, see where you want your hand to go, either the floor or those blocks, and then place your fingertips down. Keep your standing leg bent to get there nice and easy, and your top hand on your hip as you now lift the back leg up. Find your balance here, and notice that you want your awareness to start at your core, your breath, in your belly and your center, and then see where all your limbs go from there, and subtly hold. Subtly breathe, and smile as you balance. Those of you that have done this before can take this into other variations. Extend your top arm if you like. Breathe. If you're new to this, staring straight down will be the easiest to start. Good. Bend your standing knee, touch down, step back, straighten the front leg, roll your top shoulder back, come out through triangle pose. Arms extend up and out, pivot both feet forward. Exactly. Good. Release. Now we'll take it to the other side. Notice that when I go for my blocks, I safely bend my knees, lean from the hips, bend from the hips, not my spine, and lift my blocks up. These are great weights, so this is a good bone healthy strengthener. Harry Potter books are heavier than yoga blocks, or heavier than most yoga blocks. Plant your blocks down if you're using them, or one block. Find enough distance between your foot and the block so when you get there, your hands will reach. Extend your arms out. You're in a triangle position. Bend your knee. Warrior. Forearm to thigh, side angle bend. Sink deeper. You're getting closer to the floor, so it's going to be easier to get there, right? Now look down at your block or the floor where you're going to go with this hand, the right hand, and then ready to lift off. Put your weight in the standing leg, place your fingers on the blocker or the floor, and lift your back leg up. Straighten everything and hold. Find breath. Recommend staring straight down for now, unless you've done this many times before. Breathe. Tune into your center and notice how your center is supporting the extension of your arms, your legs. Good. Bend the standing knee. Touch down. Place your feet in a stable place for triangle. Roll top shoulder back. Extend top arm up. And then use your breath from your center to lift you. Arms out. Pivot your feet forward. And then step up. Tadasana and mountain pose. Beautiful. Let's transition to the floor and start our core strengthening workout. Okay, my friends, ready for our core strengthening exercises. We'll do them yoga style. Here we go. Let's place our hands, spread your fingers wide, and find table position. And from here, you want to put your mind in your core or your corset. So think about that entire center, the stability of your rib cage and your pelvis and your abdominals. And we'll do a couple of cat-cow here without using the upper body. It'll be a lower body cat-cow. So that's a spinal flex. Tuck your tailbone, round your spine, keep your head still. And then pelvic lifts. So it's a pelvic tilt, a pelvic lift. So working the lower abdominals and the lower part of your core center, giving you a sense of fluidity and flexibility. Okay, pause. Now tighten your center, balancing cat. This is yoga style of movement, lifting your front arm, let's say it's your left arm, and then your right leg. Hold that and release. Lower the knee, lower the hand. Other side. So the opposites lift and extend and lower. We're going to do this slowly and with control. Inhale and exhale. And you are staring most likely straight at the mat, though perhaps straight into the horizon in front of you may help with your balance. So figure out a way to do this that's most stabilizing for you, and keep it slow. I just nearly fell over. And keep it steady. Great. Now pause, table position. Curl your toes, take your hips way back, reach your arms even farther forward in an extended child or puppy stretch, really. Keep your hips somewhat lifted, reach your arms way forward and stretch through your rib cage all the way to your hips, to your toes. Now, in this position, can you find your breath? Good. Now, hovering dog, a real important core strengthening position. Knees lift off the floor about 4 inches and hold. Breathe. And lower. Flatten your feet, go back to a complete child position or any position that feels comfortable for you to take a moment. Great, now bring your arms back out in front, and now we're going to do an exercise that in the non-yoga world is called bird dog. I think this is how it's done, but this is how I'm doing it today, so do any version you like. But here it goes. Left arm, right leg. Now you're going to bring your hand to touch your knee and back out again. And we're just going to keep the spine totally stable and do this 8 times. So that was like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can hold it out. And lower your hand, lower your knee. This time, the stretch back, take your fingertips, tented fingers, and take your hips back. Tent your fingers and give your hands and wrist a break. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You're pressing down on all 10 tops of all 10 fingertips as if you were playing a big concert piano chord. Good. Back up to table. Other side. Extend your arm, extend your leg. Make sure it's the other direction, other side. And then keeping your spine still, hand touches knee and back out again. So take it in, take it out. The key is to keep your core totally stable. Breathe. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Okay, 1 more, I think. And hold it. And release. Hand, knee, and any child's position, maybe a frog child, toes touch knees wide, hips back. Come into forearms, prayer hands perhaps, and relax. So any relaxing child style position here is terrific. Perfect. Ready to plank? Okay. Planks need to be done progressively. So we're going to progress through easier to harder in this sequence. So let's start with table position, knees down, and then lift your feet up off the floor and cross at your ankles. So here is, with your hips up, that's one way. That's the easy way. And then you're going to bring your weight forward and make your body in a straight line. And now you're in a knee down, hip straight plank. Hold. Good. Now take it back. Let's do a downward dog here to stretch out. So curl your toes, spread your fingers wide, and lift your hips up off the floor, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up so it's just straight behind you, and do three-legged dog. Hold. And lower down. Lift your left leg up, extend it straight behind you. Your spine is straight, your leg is straight. It's not going way up, it's going just straight. So your back is straight. And lower down and drop to your knees. Good. So now we'll do top of the push-up plank. Spread your fingers wide, hands underneath your shoulders, and lift up so you're on the toes. Now, to make this a real core strengthening experience, grip your hands and see if you can drag your hands isometrically towards your feet and your toes towards your hands. And notice how your center gets strong. Also, if possible, make certain that your hips are not up in the sky, but even more important, your hips are not down below your legs. You want to be in a straight line. If your hips are lower, that could be a problem for your low back, in which case, modify by coming back to your knees. Okay, so find your plank and we'll hold. 10, grip and engage. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, hips back, stretch. Again, I'm going to do downward dog. Spread your fingers, lift the hips up. Down dog becomes a really nice stretch for your spine after plank. Bend your knees, tailbone up. Hold. Bend your knees, tailbone up. Then straighten the legs. Take your feet wider than you typically do a down dog. Bend your knees, tailbone up. Now straighten the legs, lengthen your spine. Now walk your feet so they're closer, and we'll do three-legged dog once again. Legs straight behind you. And lower. Other leg straight behind you. And lower. Drop to your knees. Excellent. There you go. Come to your seat. Place your feet on your mat about hip width apart, hands behind you for some support, and then lift the hips up off the floor in a tabletop position. And back down again. Come to your seat for balancing upward facing boat, one of my favorite core balancing positions. So hands behind the thighs to start, nice straight spine. Lots of good breath in your center. And on an inhale, lift yourself up. Knees can be bent. Extend the arms. Balance. Choose to straighten the legs if you can keep yourself still with a straight back, or stay with the knees bent. It's all good. Hold. Excellent. And release. Come onto your back. Take your feet in so your heels will be right up near your butt and lined up underneath your knees, arms beside you. So root down in your feet, root down in your arms. Take a moment here Maybe roll your head side to side. Connect with your occipital ridge, the base of your skull. Good, and then back to center. So before we move into our variations of bridge, take your breath and your mind into your belly, into your center. And see if you can just notice your breath in your belly and then draw the breath up into your rib cage. And exhale. So remember, my instruction here is for you to focus on your breath. Don't take the biggest breath ever, but take focused, easy breaths. You want to have full breaths, but not overwhelmingly big breaths, okay? That's counterproductive. So awareness of breath, belly and chest, but they're easy breaths. Perfect. Now that your feet are grounded, arms are beside you, we're going to lift the hips up off the floor until you have a nice straight line from your rib cage through your hips to your knees, and you're going to hang out. Press down on your feet, press down on your arms, press down on your shoulders, relax your neck, and find your easy breath. Easy breath. Squeeze your butt gently. Engage your hips. Good, and now slow low or to the ground, slowly lower. Relax your shoulders. Take your feet up off the floor and relax. Hands on top of knees. Do some easy, simple circles with your hands guiding you around your hips. Circle the hips, relax your feet. Perhaps go the other direction. Your arms are guiding your knees and your hips are rotating in circles. Good. Now, here's to make it more challenging for our core. We're going to walk our feet forward. So now it's going to be a little less stable. We'll have to work harder to hold the bridge. Feet are forward now. Arms beside you. Lift the hips up off the floor and see how that feels. If you feel pressure in your lower back that does not feel good, then please lower it down and try a different variation, because this does work your hips and your spine in a different way than the first bridge. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze and engage your hips, and breathe. Excellent, and let the shoulders come out as you lower your back to the floor. Draw your knees into your chest. Rock your lower back side to side. Good. One more. Take your feet, this time wider than your hips. Bring your forearms straight down into the floor and your fingers pointing to the sky. So a lot of energy in your upper chest now. Now lift the hips up off the floor. Yes, your knees are going out in a slight angle here, and that's okay. Again, if it doesn't feel okay, please slowly come out and do a variation that feels appropriate for your body. You can squeeze your inner thighs, you can squeeze your butt. You can press down in your forearms, press down in your feet, and have those easy breaths focused in your core. Excellent, and low, come on down. Lower back releases to the floor, pick your feet up off the floor, and then rock side to side. Extending one leg straight on the floor, interlace your fingers at the top of the shin of the bent leg. Press, little hip stretch here, a little pressure in the hip. Move around a bit. You're rotating the hip joint. And now take it into a twist. So you're going to draw that knee over and across and extend the arm out to the side. Find knee down twist and breathe. Come back to center, switch sides. Straighten the one leg, interlace the fingers, do a little pressure here, a little hip pressure, little movement, rotate the joint. Good, and now take the knee across and extend your arm out to the side. When you're in a twist, if you'd like to complete the full twist, you look the opposite direction as the knee. But listen to your body. If you feel your neck is vulnerable, just look straight up. And find your breath. Easeful breaths in your belly, in your lower back. Perfect. Slowly come back till both legs and both knees are up, and hug them in. But feel the length from your tailbone to your crown here. And then release. So find your way to a place of relaxation. We're going to relax for two minutes. So if you're ready to integrate the work of your core, you'll want to relax. Very important. So let's come to lying either straight or in Baddha Konasana. Baddha Konasana is when the soles of the feet are together and the legs are in the shape of a diamond. That's a hip opening position. And you could do that in a restorative way by grabbing your 2 Harry Potter books or your 2 blocks or 2 pillows so that you can rest your knees on those blocks or pillows. And that way it becomes a restorative position. It opens the hips, but it's not totally pulling on the hips, so it's very beneficial. And once you've found soles of the feet together, legs in the shape of a diamond, supported if possible, find the triangle diamond that we did in the beginning standing. Thumbs touch, index fingers touch, and then you'll come down so that your thumbs are pointing towards your navel and your index fingers are pointing towards your pubic bone, and you're focusing at your center. And then I invite you to simply breathe into this area with very soft, easy breaths. Notice if you are tense anywhere else in your body. For example, is your face or your eyes, temples at all tense, and see if you can soften them. Your jaw. Perhaps you'll swallow, relaxing your neck, your shoulders, chest. Come back to the focus of your hara, Manipura, 3rd chakra. Know that this is your power center, and you have the power to balance and strengthen your whole being just through your breath. Relax your inner thighs, outer thighs, knees, ankles, and feet. You'll remain in this position for another few moments, but then straighten out. You're going to straighten yourself out until you are in Shavasana, or full extended relaxation position, for a few moments. begin to deepen your breath. Come back into your body and into your room as you transition slowly and mindfully out of Shavasana. You can join me for the end of this session by coming to your seat, any comfortable seat that works for you. And once you've found your seat, take a moment to just tune back into a sense of being grounded and centered. Perhaps place your hands on your belly or around your whole corset, if you will, and just send some smiles of appreciation into how strong and stable you are. And now, hands can come together, you rub them, create prana, life force energy, heat, prayer hands to your heart, and let us send a prayer for peace and healing, strength and balance, all beings around the planet, and a special prayer to planet Earth. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and everybody, thumbs up if you like this video. Go below, give me a comment, tell me how you felt about strengthening your core today, what worked, what didn't work. Just say hi. And I'll see you next time.